covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Fighting the golden mussel threat, what you need to know if you plan to hit the water at Shasta Lake or Whiskeytown. Plus, a Paradise school principal who established himself as a leader during the campfire rebuilding says goodbye.
This is the single largest land back project of lands going back to a tribe in the entire state of California.
New at 6, a tribe in our region finally has ancestral lands returned after 100 years. Roughly 73 square miles of forest land on Blue Creek area near the Siskiyou National Wilderness is now back under the Yurok tribe. In partnership with the Western Rivers Conservancy, the project along the Klamath River more than doubles the tribe's land holdings, and this includes important river tributaries, salmon habitat, and areas of cultural and spiritual significance that the tribe will now manage and protect. Western Rivers Conservancy bought and conveyed the land to the tribe in several phases. The $56 million for the Conservancy deal came from private capital low-interest loans, tax credits, and public grants and carbon credit sales, which will continue to support restoration.
So reacquiring landscapes like this allows us to heal, to work towards healing a wound that was inflicted not only on the lands but our hearts when these lands were taken away from us.
With the work that's being done here at Blue Creek and other tributaries along the lower Klamath within the project area, and also the work that's being done upstream with dam removals and habitat restoration up there, the Klamath River is now poised to have the best chance to recover its salmon and steelhead stocks, which were at one time the third most productive in the entire West Coast.
The Yurok tribe lost 90% of its territory during gold rush massacres and disease from settlers. In the last decade, nearly 4,700 square miles were returned to tribes in 15 states through a federal program. Time now for our first check of the forecast, and Howie is out enjoying the great outdoors anyway, at the Rolling Hills Casino in Corning for the kickoff of the summer concert series. So what can folks expect tonight, Howie?
Well, Alan, I know I'm not hallucinating, as I asked everyone here. It's 1 degree cooler than it was in the last couple hours, and it does feel a little more comfortable out here for our coolest day of the week. So let's take a look at what we're experiencing. Pretty much right around 90 within a few degrees across the valley, and a little cooler compared to the last few hours. Now, we've had winds about 10 to 15 miles per hour, breezes for that matter, and that actually little breeze, whether it's a warm or a cool one, it makes it feel a little more comfortable out here. The winds have actually come down a little bit too in the last couple of hours, but the sun shouldn't go down about 8:30, and as that does happen, we'll get closer to 9:30ish. Temperatures will start to feel a little more comfortable, so I'm not going to say it's going to be completely cool during the concert, but we will cool down overnight. It's the coolest day of the week. I think it feels fantastic out here, so with a few tickets left, come on out here to see Steve Marley and the Stick Figures. RollingHills.com to get those remaining tickets.
Okay, thanks, Howie. We'll take a look at this Cal Fire rush to a travel trailer fire in Butte County. Cal Fire says it happened along LaPorte Road near Tennessee Lane just before 4 this afternoon. They knocked down the fire in just about 10 minutes and were on scene for about an hour for mop-up. The travel trailer was completely destroyed, and no word yet on what started that fire. Chico could soon be getting both a new aquatic center and a new bike path, or a new bike park. Both are up for discussion with the Chico Planning Commission at tonight's meeting. And Action News Now reporter Nathan Espandula is live at Garner Lane in North Chico, where the aquatic center will be built. So Nathan, how far are we from seeing these projects actually happen, get underway?
Alan, we are close. Both projects are at the Planning Commission right now, and if approved, both could see groundbreaking by the end of June. And I spoke with one person who said that with this heat, they wish that they were already finished.
Having a water park in Chico would be a nice option for now, because we are going to have like somewhere to go in this hot time in summer. for me, like I hate hot, so I would go now.
Lucas DeVito is very excited for the Aquatic Center project. Today I met with Scott Schumann, the director of parks and facilities for the Chico Area Recreation and Parks District, also known as CARD, and he told me that the project is long overdue and that he's very excited to finally see it come to life.
And anything that we can provide that's going to provide outdoor recreation experiences away from screens and get kids outside is a good thing, and we're excited to see that many people in the community excited about it too.
And the Aquatic Center isn't the only big project being presented to the Planning Commission tonight. Plans for a new bike park at Notre Dame Boulevard and Humboldt Road will also be presented, and Schumann told me that he expects that the bike park will bring people from all over the region.
It'll include kind of a typical pump track. It'll be made of asphalt, in addition to many other features. So jumps, ramps, banked corners, something called flow lines for all ages and all levels of expertise on a bike.
And with both projects expected to pass tonight, today could be one of the most important days in CARD's history. And that says a lot, especially when taking into account that they've been around for over 75 years.
These are two big projects that are kind of generational for us. To be able to say we were a part of growing recreation in the town of Chico is a pretty big honor for us.
The Planning Commission is meeting right now, and I am working on finding out whether both projects get the go-ahead. Live in Chico, Nathan Espindula, Action News Now.
Very good. All right, thank you, Nathan. The Aquatic Center is expected to be open to the public by next fall, and it's hoped work on the bike park can start by the end of the month. Again, both still need to be approved. New at 6, if your home was damaged or destroyed in the park fire or by any other disaster, you could get some help. California is launching the Cal Assist Mortgage Fund next Thursday. Governor Gavin Newsom says that you could get up to $20,000. This new disaster mortgage relief program is managed by the California Housing Finance Agency. It will be paired with $25 million in additional housing counseling. Applications will open on June 12th, and we have a link where you can find the application on our website. New details now in how our area is tackling a golden mussel threat. We told you last month how Lake Oroville is working to prevent the golden mussel from establishing there with required boat inspections. But as Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield shows us, the process is not all the same if you want to head to Whiskeytown or Shasta Lake or Trinity.
Earlier this week, the CDFW had 2 different canine officers out here at Whiskeytown Lake helping inspect boats to make sure the invasive mussels weren't attaching themselves to people's watercraft. The specially trained canine officers, named Ali and Watson, work with their handlers to protect California waterways from the invasive species. These mussels can attach themselves to boats, boat engines, and any openings, and grow up to 200,000 organisms per square meter. If your watercraft comes into contact with golden mussels, the nearest decontamination stations include Whiskeytown Lake, Lake Oroville, Lake Solano County Park, and Lake Berryessa. At Whiskeytown's boat launches, you can self-certify your boat by printing and completing a form online to bring along on your next visit. This is the same process at Shasta, Trinity, and Lewiston Lakes. Reporting at Whiskeytown Lake, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
Last October marked the first documented case of invasive golden mussels being located in the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta. Tehama County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding a missing man. He's been missing since Sunday. The Sheriff's Office says 25-year-old Isaac Prusa was last seen at the Woodson Bridge RV Park. Now, they would not say why he's considered to be at risk. He's described as 6 feet 2 inches tall with brown, curly hair. He weighs about 165 pounds and has a tattoo on his right forearm which says, "Chosen Chance." If you see him, call the Tehama County Sheriff's Office. Paying tribute to those who were killed in action during the Vietnam War, the Moving Wall, a mobile memorial for those who died in the war, is now on display in Chico. More than 50 motorcyclists from across our area came together to welcome the Moving Wall. Now standing at the Elks Lodge along Manzanita Avenue in Chico, the wall has more than 58,000 names of those killed in Vietnam. 58 of those names are people who came from Butte, Glenn, and Tehama counties.
We also have Daughters of American Revolution with electronic gadgets to tell you if you had a friend in Arkansas. They'll tell you exactly what panel and what line.
You can see the wall for yourself until Monday, and it's open around the clock to the public. The wall will be guarded, though, at all hours. There will be lights, though, to guide nighttime visitors.
You know, we had to rebuild, and we rebuild strong. And I just, you know, I feel very fortunate, very blessed to be part of a community.
Reflecting on Ridge memories, a Paradise Elementary School principal looks back at his leadership as he begins retirement. And are you looking to expand your family by adding a four-legged friend? Why, this weekend might be the perfect time to adopt.